The Prince and Princess of Wales appeared on The Good, the Bad and the Rugby, along with co-host Mike Tyndall's mother-in-law, Princess Anne. Kate Middleton and Prince William have opened up about all things sports. Ahead of their trip to France for the Rugby World Cup this weekend, the Prince and Princess of Wales, both 41, made a surprise appearance on another royal family member's podcast, The Good, the Bad and the Rugby. Hosted by Mike Tyndall, a former rugby union player and husband of the Prince's cousin Zara Tyndall, along with James Haskell and Alex Payne, the podcast invited 3 very special guests onto its Saturday episode. Along with the Prince and Princess of Wales, Princess Anne, co-host Mike's mother-in-law, also appeared in the new episode, which was filmed at Windsor Castle in Windsor, England. During the 50-minute conversation, William, Kate and patrons of the Welsh Rugby Union, Rugby Football Union and Scottish Rugby Union, respectively, chatted about the state of the sport today, and shared some cheeky anecdotes and pieces of wisdom. In the episode, the Prince and Princess, who will be supporting different teams in the Rugby World Cup, addressed rumors of their competitiveness, a topic they both chuckled at. "I'm really not that competitive. I don't know where this has come from," Kate told the hosts, including Haskell, who joked that if the couple played table tennis, it would go on for hours and hours. "I don't think we've actually managed to finish a game of tennis, the two of us," the princess continued. "It becomes a mental challenge between the two of us." William echoed his wife, adding that it comes down to who can out-mental each other. When Mike asked if any of their competitiveness had passed down to their children, Prince George, 10, Princess Charlotte, 8, and Prince Louis, 5, the Princess Royal, 73, interjected to say, "Just a little bit, I would suggest. What I think is really interesting is that they are all obviously very different temperaments," Kate answered, adding that they are growing and trying out different sports. "They're obviously still really young," she continued. "It's going to be interesting to see how that grows and develops." The princess also shared that her daughter plays both rugby and football, both of which weren't school sports when I was growing up. "Charlotte's playing both the sports now, and it's really good to see youngsters, particularly girls, playing these types of sports now," she shared. The prince and princess also talked about parents' races, which Kate said have been banned by some schools because they are far too competitive, before revealing that she and William have participated in one. "Maybe the competitive side in both of us was like, we have to take part in this," she said, after sharing that the couple received a last-minute invite to a parents' race. When asked about the role sports have played in his own life, the prince shared that the team environment played a big part in his upbringing. "I absolutely gelled and loved being in those sorts of cauldron of fear, noise, competitiveness with your mates and your team around you," he said, adding that he loved the highs and the lows, as well as the togetherness, looking out for each other, of team sports. William went on to say that today, players need to concentrate more on learning to lose. "I think people don't know how to lose well," he shared. "Talking about our children, particularly. I want to make sure that they understand that." Later in the episode, the prince raved about rugby specifically. "I love rugby. I played at school, I loved it," he said, to which the princess playfully responded, "Did you?" The Princess Royal recalled another facet of William's early athleticism, sharing that she used to run around with the young prince at Balmoral Castle in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. "I was really good at that because I did corners really well," and said, and William agreed with his aunt, replying, "You were quite quick. The look that you had on your face was quite terrifying." Like her husband, Kate also recounted the important role sports have played in her life, recalling a favorite childhood memory, coming back in from having played hockey or netball in the freezing cold rain. The princess explained that the importance of physical activity was a value ingrained in her by her parents, Carol and Michael Middleton. "They always encouraged us to be physically active and sporty, and they always encouraged us into doing team sports and trying things," she shared, adding that she thinks being exposed to a variety of activities is important for young people today. As for herself, Kate loves all sports, but especially those that involve water. "Personally, I love swimming," she said, adding she is especially fond of cold, rainy conditions. Co-host Payne asked the couple whether it is difficult to maintain the face of professionalism and neutrality at sporting events, to which Kate replied, "It is really challenging, but watching sports live is like no other. It is hard, particularly when Wales and England are playing against each other, she added later, a reference to her and her husband's friendly rivalry. There's a certain amount of bravado that goes on around the Wales and England games, depending on who's winning, William added. The sport-loving Prince and Princess of Wales will likely have to employ this bravado this weekend when they watch the Rugby World Cup. Kate will attend the group stage match between England and Argentina in Marseille on Saturday, and William is set to watch Wales take on Fiji in a group stage match in Bordeaux on Sunday, according to the couple's office at Kensington Palace.